You are watching the Highway Groupie's food channel, designed for people who suffer from hypoglycemia or who simply want to cut refined sugar out of their diet. Today we're looking at the world-famous veggie drink. Now, the first thing that you're going to see on our list is olive oil. Now, this is extra virgin olive oil. It's also first press, cold press. That's very important. First pressed, cold pressed. I put in about a tablespoon and a half, 1.5 tablespoonfuls. If you put in too much, it kind of gives it a buttery flavor, so you don't really want that. So there's the first ingredient. Now I know that olives are technically a fruit, but anyway, we're going to call it a vegetable. Now we're on to celery. You'll notice that the celery that we have here has been chopped up. The reason for that is because the veins will not cut properly on the blades of the blender, so we chop it first. And I usually prefer the celery leaves, but in this case we're just using the celery. Now the next ingredient is the long green pepper. If you like the short green pepper, that's up to you. I prefer the long. The short green pepper actually gives me indigestion, so we go with that. White onion, I prefer white onion over the red onion or Spanish onion. It just adds a little better flavor. It also has a little better bite. This is good for helping to clean out our system. And of course, what would a good quality vegetable drink be without garlic? Now you notice that with this garlic clove, if you just give it a few whacks on each of the three sides, then when you pull the little part at the end there, then the skin just comes right off. The sleeve or sheath comes right off in your hands in one piece. So it's very easy to peel your garlic if you just give it a few whacks before you try to peel it. To work on our kidney, help prevent kidney stones, we have our lime here. Now this is a very large lime, so we only have about a third of it. On an average sized lime, you would use a half a lime, or if you're using the Creole limes, the small limes, well then you would use the whole thing. Carrot. Carrot needs to be washed before you use it. That helps to eliminate parasites, but since we are peeling it, it does not have to be bleached like we bleach the green pepper, the celery, and other ingredients that do not require peeling. But this one we are peeling, so we just simply wash it and then peel it. You notice the quantity. In this case, it's about a third of a large carrot. We're not talking extra large carrot, just simply large carrot. And since the top has been cut off, I just need to really peel off the small bit that's left there. Now, if we put this in as is, it's going to get caught in the blades of the blender. So we need to actually quarter it, and I'm going to quarter it and then I'm going to cut the quarters in half. Again, you notice the use of a sharp knife. The Highway Groupie always uses a sharp knife. This means that we don't have to push as hard, which means that we have more control over our knife. So there's the first 2 quarters going in, and again, you notice how easy it is to go through the carrot with a nice sharp knife, even though it's a good, fresh, and large carrot. Okay, so the next ingredient that we're going to put in is tomato paste. Now you need to find tomato paste that does not have sugar added. It also needs to be a tomato paste that doesn't have that kind of a tinny flavor. In this country, there's a company called Linda. They make a very good tomato paste, so I usually use their brand. But you'll have to run experiments wherever you live. So that gives us our basic ingredients. Now, the next one is, this is an adobo seasoned salt. It has also has garlic and onion and other things in it. Also has turmeric. So I've used that. You can use whatever seasoned salt you prefer, or just plain herbamara, which is a salt that I use quite often, which is a sea salt with herbs. This one here, of course, is just plain pepper. We put a few sprinkles of pepper in there. And that's it for the spices. Now we need some water. We use filtered water. Although this says Planeta, it's actually water that I filter myself through a Royal Dalton filter, which gets rid of all of the diseases, and it also gets rid of any toxic metals. Do not use tap water. Now we notice that we're using roughly a cup of water here, and again another cup, because the total amount of ingredients that we use would justify actually serving about 3 or 4 people, depending on how big of a glass we want to use for consuming after. Or it comes to just a little bit over 2 glasses full, like you see there. So we have olive oil, we have lime, we have garlic, we have onion, we have long green pepper, we have celery, we have the tomato paste, and we have carrot. So all of those things give us our 8 ingredients. Do we have a V8? Well, not exactly the kind that you would buy, but we do have it. Now I put this on medium. We just use a medium setting, and it does very well. We blend for 1.5 minutes. After the 1.5 minutes is up, we pour ourselves a nice tall glass of vegetable juice made of fresh vegetables you put together yourself. It is very good. Even though it wasn't made exactly the way that I preferred, with the kind of celery and so on I preferred, it is still very good, showing that you do not have to do this exactly the same way every time. Enjoy.